Good morning, everyone. Erika with Aurora Heart Healing, and today we're going to be doing another collective healing. All right. Okay. And as always, I'm going to use my pendulum to find guidance in what exactly we're going to be healing today, because I do not know what we will be working on. Okay, so this is emotional trauma. Kind of not really surprising to me that it's emotional trauma, because emotional trauma is just as hurtful as physical. Searching for love energy. This can show up in a lot of different ways for each individual person. It can show up as feeling like we deserve to be hurt, or that love should constantly hurt, or the limiting beliefs as well. For this one, the question is, why don't they love me? So searching for love with a belief or a thought process of why don't they love me? Okay. Is there more to this? Is it here? This comes from when a person is exerting love as a will of power, not an unconditional love, but this is a person that shows authority in love, not companionship, not partnership. This could be friends, this could be relationships with your parents, this could be romantic. But what I'm getting is that there is this sense of strong presence, that they don't allow themselves to be soft, but they almost expect you to be soft. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay, so an astral world is when we as people, we can do this individually or collectively, we have a belief about something. So one of those beliefs that is a example of a collective belief or a collective astral world is money is the root of all. If you know the ending of that, then that has become a collective thought process, a collective belief. Because if you ended that with money is the root of all evil, then you have been essentially programmed to believe that thought process. So we're going to see what beliefs. despairing, A, B, C, odd, 2, 4, first, second, third. So the belief is no one cares. So this astral world, this belief system that has been created collectively. So it's not just you, but a lot of different people believe no one cares. And when we believe that, then it's really hard for us to see the way that people actually do care. Is there more? Is it in emotions, energies, wills, bodily sensations? Okay, this has created a bodily sensation. Ooh, numb. This has created people to become numb, not wanting to feel feelings because, well, they don't love me. Why don't they love me? No one cares. Um, Especially when those people that you do care for display it as a control instead of a partnership or a mutual collaboration. It becomes a power of will. Um, how long can you take this treatment before you say something? And possibly even being shamed or guilted. I'm getting a strong yes, being shamed or guilted for having your own opinion on things or having your own feelings and thoughts about things. Is there anything else here? Is there any other emotions that we need to look at? Hidden shadow. Okay, so there is a shadow emotion, which I like to call it, in my studies, it's defined a little bit different, but what I've seen from this is that people are um, easily manipulated by these emotions. They're almost like the little sneaky thing that says, hey, um, the angel and the devil on the shoulders, that's what it reminds me of. It's that little devil that says, hey, this is what they're actually saying. Due to low, and I'm going to read you the definition of a shadow emotion, is due to the low vibration the earth developed, an alternate darkness to the light of life was created to do to humans, developed energetic shadows in their emotional selves. So those are those shadows, those low vibration feelings that can cause us to do things when you kind of kick yourself after doing something. It's that shadow emotion, that one that does not want to be seen, that wants to hide from the light, that um, is scared of that light bringing it up would be painful or scary or shameful. Okay, we're getting into the emotions, and I'm already feeling a deep heaviness coming through. Sit here. Okay, there's these emotions towards others. These are internalized emotions. Okay, so all of these emotions are emotions that we take into ourselves. We internalize, and we just think this is the truth of these matters. This is the actuality of what's happened. Okay, so feeling heartbroken, which makes a lot of sense, especially when our love has been manipulated or injured in some kind of way. Okay. Annoyance. Is this another shadow emotion? This is another shadow emotion of annoyance. Is this annoyance at other people? It's annoyance with ourselves. It's annoyance with ourselves for loving. Weird. Not weird, but weird. Because it's almost like I know that this has happened before. I know that when I fall for someone or when I'm creating a deep relationship with someone, say it might be a friend that you are creating a new connection with, and then they do something that is painful or they break your heart, they betray you in some way. And then it's, oh, see, this is why I closed myself off. But not understanding or not realizing that that's actually harming us way more than it harms anyone else. Is there any other emotions that we need to know about shadow emotions? Is there any other emotions we need to release? Okay, is it here? Is it here? 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 Depression, discontent, discouragement, disdain, disgust, disheartened, dishonored, or dread. Okay. Is this collective's emotion? Is this an imprinted emotion? Is this a programmed emotion? Okay, so this is a programmed emotion. It's something that usually isn't our default to feel. It wouldn't be, aside from the fact that this has been what we've been taught to feel. So programming is being taught. Okay, so is this here? Is it depression, discontent, discouragement? Mm. We've been programmed to feel dishonor. Um, Dishonor when someone doesn't show up for us. Oh, that one's deep. I know that that's something that I've experienced in my own life of what did I do? How did I cause this to happen? How is this my fault? And unfortunately, that is something that, why don't they love me? I've experienced this with my parents and with different people within my life of why don't they love me? I'm doing everything and yet nothing is good enough. And that dishonor, it's interesting because once I said dishonor, I thought of Mulan, the little dragon, and he goes, dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow. And he's like just saying, oh, dishonor, dishonor, dishonor. And that's what came through when I was thinking about this programmed emotion. It's dishonor when we're doing something that is showing love. Mulan was out there protecting her family. That is exactly what it was that she was doing. There was nothing wrong with her actions. What she was showing up as someone else because they wouldn't accept for her for who she was. Her authentic self was bringing dishonor. And a lot of us, we can think, oh, no one cares. Um, we can be attracted to those people that display authority over us instead of companionship, because that's an emotional trauma that has been triggered within us that creates that dynamic. Why don't they love me? Um, and then feeling numb because of our heartbreak and annoyance for loving, but that's who we are. That's what we are created for, to love ourselves, to love this planet, to be stewards of this planet, to love the world around us. I always have a saying, leave it better than you found it. If you go somewhere, anywhere, and you maybe you go to the lake, Maybe you meet a new person. Maybe um, you find a class that you really, really enjoy. Whatever it is that you go and you take, that you experience, leave it better than you found it. Um, with the lake, leaving trash behind. You didn't leave it better than you found it. You came to destroy that. You were not mindful. You were not compassionate. You weren't stewarding the land, which is what essentially we are, is love. So if we're not showing in love and embodying that love, how can we expect anyone to reciprocate that? So even when we feel that dishonor, that's not necessarily us. If you are acting out of your most authentic self, then it shouldn't bring you dishonor. It should bring you pride in who you are and what you did, and that you didn't fall into the pattern of just listening to authority. Okay, is there any other emotions? Is this another programmed emotion? Okay, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Fluster. Fluster. With fluster, I can think of, and I'm gonna read you guys the definition. A state of disorder or confusion, feeling muddled, behaving in an agitated, confused, or excited manner, loss of composure. This one, I'm looking at my phone, and it's interesting because there's someone that um there's someone that's really like in a time crunch. They're freaking out about time crunch. Hold on. Oh, it's recording. Okay, so as I was thinking about what exactly it was that was coming through with Fluster, Fluster is the expectations that we have placed on ourselves to keep other people happy. So for me, it's funny because I got a message, um and I just kind of briefly looked, and it was, oh, I'm having car troubles, I'm running late, is this going to be okay? And I could feel the fluster. And it's funny because it came right through in this reading as well. But I can feel the fluster, I can feel that disheveled feeling. But is it the expectation that I have that this person needs to be on time and right now? Or is it the expectation that they're putting on themselves? And with that, when we're feeling that we are dishonoring someone because of showing up as our authentic selves, or flustered because, oh, there's so much to do, so much going on, and I'm placing so much expectation on myself, we're actually really putting expectation on the love that we can receive as well. That one was hard. Oh, okay. Someone felt that one very deeply. Guilt. Is this a programmed emotion? Okay. Okay. Here. Hmm. Focusing on self condemnation is this guilt, self condemnation. So, again, those expectations that create us to be in this state of fluster, we are putting guilt onto ourselves. This isn't even someone else externally putting guilt on us. It is guilt on ourselves. Is there anything else that we need to know? Okay. So for this energy, I want to take a moment to do a little bit of a guided meditation to help you move through this energy, because I know that some of that was a little bit dense, and it'll be very helpful to help us move through it and release it. Okay. So what I want everyone to do is put your feet firmly on the ground, or sit in a crisscross applesauce, however you feel comfortable. Just go ahead and get yourself comfortable. And I'll give you a moment to just bring yourself at ease. Find yourself comfortable, find that comfortable space within yourself. And now I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Hold at the top for just a moment. Breathe out. Hold at the exhale for just a moment. And again, repeat breathing in through your nose, holding on the exhale. You can hold for about 4 seconds if that feels okay for you. And then breathing out all the way out. Holding on for 1, 2, 3, 4. And in again. Holding at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, exhaling. Sighing it out if you want to, if it feels appropriate to, helping with that density to clear through it. Again, in through the nose. Continuing a nice steady breath of in through the nose, holding for 4, out through the mouth, holding for 4. And as you get yourself into a space of clarity, clarity about situations, the outside world, the inside world. The most important world is the one that we tend to on our inner selves. And I would like you to ask one of these emotions to step forward. Maybe it's guilt. Guilt, will you step forward? Maybe it's feeling heartbroken. Heartbreak, will you step forward? And we're not calling on it to live in that vibration. We are calling on it to release that vibration and allow it to transmute into our own power, our own selves. Thank you for stepping forward. Thank you for getting out of those shadows, for embracing what you are, which is heartbreak. There's no reason to hide it. There's no reason to avoid it or numb it away. It was a real experience, and bringing compassion within ourselves, praying into ourselves is powerful. And with my words, seeing and noticing how each emotion is becoming transformed and shaped and shifted and changed. And continuing breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to call on that belief that no one cares. And I want you to think of different reasons why that's a false statement. take different examples. Maybe it's people from YouTube that do meditations and healings. Maybe it's someone out there that gave you a lift when you were down. Is that not caring? Is that not love? That is a programmed belief. That is a belief that has been collectively instilled within us that no one cares. But when we truly look at the evidence of what the world really is, we see that people care everywhere all the time. And it's beautiful. And just allowing yourself to feel the transformation of that dense energy as you pick out different instances of people caring, people loving, people showing up. Recognizing what it is to be in symbiotic partnership and not an authoritarian relationship. Sense into what that feels like. Maybe your heart feels a little heavy when you think of the authoritarian one. What does that feel like? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel suffocating? Does it feel like you're kind of gasping for air, being controlled? And what is the soft love that you're wanting or needing or missing? The soft love that says, you can just be you, and I'll love you anyway. The mistakes, the flaws are nothing in compared to who you are as a person. Allowing for any resistance to make itself known. In our shamanic practices, we call this the opportunity to heal a deeper wound. What is this deeper wound that is causing any resistance? Allowing yourself to again breathe through that discomfort. And transform it. How is this going to be a powerful relationship now with myself? Any annoyances for feelings, gently hold that annoyance and say, I am human. I was put here to experience. I experience. Whatever the experience may be, you get to experience it, no one else. And that is yours and yours alone. No longer will we feel annoyed with our feelings, but embrace them, understand them, name them, treat them like our little children that are running around saying, hey, I want to be fed. At this moment, you are feeding that emotion and saying, hey, it is not wrong to be who you are. I embrace and accept you. The more that we embrace and accept each emotion, the higher the vibration of that emotion can express itself. You are creating more and more capacity for that emotion to be expressed and felt. If I felt jealousy and jealousy and jealousy and jealousy, and I never acknowledged and then acknowledged that emotion, then it would come up into the physical world as a physical manifestation of jealousy. Each time I tend to that jealousy at its individual moment, I clear the capacity for that emotion to coexist with me because it is no longer so triggered. Same with arrogance. When someone learns to humble themselves, then they will react more humbly and not be so connected to their arrogance and therefore defensive, therefore critical of others, therefore controlling. Honoring that emotion, feeling how now it has changed and shifted, moving into that dishonor. Dishonor. What a funny word. What a funny emotion to be programmed into us. But is it? Making us feel dishonored for protecting, for providing, for fighting for what we believe in. How does it feel to feel honor? We are looking at dishonor. We understand where this comes from, but what does it feel like to feel the opposite? Being honored by your difference, being honored by your courage and bravery, feeling that honor light up within you. The only way that you can dishonor anything is by dishonoring yourself, your truth, who you are, your words, your heart. That is the greatest dishonor, hiding and quelching that person of who you are and what you bring to this world is the ultimate dishonor. But honor comes from embracing that person. That person that years ago was told doing energy readings is a pipe dream. Honoring yourself for your pipe dreams, the dreams that you have, and finding the support from the people that really, truly align with that vision. Not out of control, not out of authority, but out of mutual respect. And just sense any shifts, any changes that you feel in the energetic sense, feeling the transmutation of energy as you have acknowledged and understood and honored each unique experience that you felt throughout that whole meditation. And now, breathing in through your nose deeply, imagining that it goes all the way down to the core of the earth, a golden light cleansing and clearing as it goes all the way down into Mother Earth and all the way up into the sky, bringing together both heaven and earth within you. You are both divinity and shadow. And here we are just learning how to alchemize the shadow, how to embrace it and how to bring it back into the light of who it really is, which is just a scared emotion, a scared part of ourselves. And we have the opportunity today, right now, and every moment that you do the work, to bring it into the light, to transform it. And with a nice big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, cleansing it all out. Bring yourself back into the moment. taking your time, not rushing, but just sensing into and appreciating that shift of energy that you have just created within yourself. Because that was all you. That was you acknowledging, not numbing, not running from, not ignoring, but honoring yourself, honoring who you are. Thank you all for coming. I hope that this helps you throughout your whole day. Please be sure to share and to subscribe. About 70% of my viewers are not subscribed, and you subscribing helps me continue doing this work that I am so passionate and honored by. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.